new social media trend. Definitely not in the Christmas spirit. Super rich kids flaunting their wealth on Instagram. And Nick Watt has this look at how it could be affecting your kids.
They do say if you've got it, flaunt it.
I probably spend around $15,000 a month on just shopping.
I've been getting Botox since I was 14.
These snot-nosed kids have it, and boy, do they want the world to know it.
It became addictive, and I just kept posting photos of my life.
The so-called rich kids of Instagram, RKOI, are sharing photos and videos of everything from wads of cash and private jets to Parisian hotel suites.
Some people would take up to 30 a day and try and post them. We wanted to find out what it was that was driving them to do this.
So director Oscar Humphries made a brand new documentary called, unsurprisingly, Rich Kids of Instagram.
There's a fascination with what goes on in the worlds of the top 1%. Instagram is kind of like a portal into people's lives.
I see Instagram as my canvas. If I was an artist, I would like to paint the picture of my life.
Some of these kids now have hundreds of thousands of online followers.
When you get a lot of attention, it can be intoxicating.
I've no doubt Santa will be kind to the RKOI, but is this naughty or nice? What are the cars, the couture, the cash doing to their followers, making them feel a little disappointed in their own reality? An RKOI-induced FOMO, that's a fear of missing out in teen speak.
They're showing a very extreme version of their lives. For children that are impressionable, this kind of information coming at them constantly can lead to an increased risk of depression and loneliness.
If I'm showing off, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to come and stop me?
I'd like to. I think I'd like to. For Good Morning America, Nick Watt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Thank you, Nick. We're joined now by Erica Suter. He thinks he'd like to. I know I'd like to.
I do it too.
What do you think about all this?
Well, my first reaction was to roll my eyes. And of course, there was a little bit of jealousy there. Who hasn't wanted to have an unlimited amount of cash and spend it on whatever you want and go wherever you want? But adults can put it in perspective. We watch it and we kind of move on. With kids, we see something different happening. They're obsessing. They're following these people. They want what they have and they can't let it go.
And that's that FOMO, the fear of missing out.
And that is that FOMO. It's kind of like the modern day equivalent of keeping up with the Joneses for kids. For them, you know, they feel this pressure and anxiety, even though they may not recognize it, but they're trying to compete. They equate having likes on Facebook or Instagram with popularity, and they feel that their worth is tied up in being able to emulate these people.
Yeah, and you kind of wonder what's behind these kids who are putting all of this out where their parents are. But what about tips for parents who are, dealing with kids who are feeling this kind of fear?
I like to call it the FOMO fix. There are 3 things you can do. Number 1, help your kid find their bliss, whether it's art, music, dance. Get them involved in an activity that they love and that they can become more obsessed with their own success and what they're doing than someone else. Another thing you can do is make sure that they know that looks can be deceiving. We see that picture, that one moment in those kids' lives. We have no idea the backstory. Everyone has issues. Everyone has problems. And then lastly, tell your kids to reach for the stars, but have a plan in place. There is one example from the rich kids of Instagram. There was a kid who's been making apps since he was 12 years old. He's a self-made millionaire. Now that's something other people can do. But if you want that, if you want what those kids have, you have to work for it.
And it's a little different when you're spending somebody else's money.
It's very different.
Erica Suter, thanks very much.